Okay, so where we left off on episode 8, the war was starting. We got the fighters and the cannons, and they like like we already know. If anybody been keeping up, they had a very uneasy alliance, and it pretty much the alliance pretty much got broken. And a character that's heavy featured heavily in this episode. We was kind of wondering what happened to him. So basically, they told Lloyd Cannon that his son Satchel was dead, and we wondering. We know the audience know that he's not, and he's somewhere with Rabbi Milliken. So we wanted to kind of know where they at and what's going on with them. So this whole episode was dedicated to Rabbi Milliken and Satchel, where they at and what's going on with them. So first off, the episode was in black and white. How'd you feel about that?
I got over it pretty quickly. It's one, it's not that big of a deal, especially for a show like this where, we've already got a somewhat muted color palette in a lot of scenes, just because of the setting. But also, it does kind of put you in the right frame of mind for the kind of story they're telling.
Right. I didn't have a problem with it. I did actually. I liked it. I kind of didn't really see the point, but I liked the feel of it, when I was watching it. So as I'm watching, because if it was like, leading to the main, why, like if it meant something, it just didn't mean nothing to me. But I don't know, maybe it did. But actually, I think I know what it meant. Come think about it, because I'm pretty sure they were doing a play on Wizard of Oz, and on Wizard of Oz, the first 20 minutes or so is in black and white, and then it don't turn color until Dorothy walk to after the tornado, and then Dorothy walks outside. Then everything's in color.
Right.
But so I guess everything's in color after the tornado, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to the tornadoes, like tornado. So we'll get to that. Like I said, Satchel and Rabbi Milliken they ran away. They knew Rabbi Milliken knew that the war was going to happen, and once he killed one of the fighters, he knew he was a marked man, and he knew they was going to come after him. So he got a spot in Kansas, not Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, I believe they went to.
I think so.
Oh God,
I think so.
I just thought about we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
So it's so many references to the Wizard of Oz now. It's like now I wouldn't even thinking like, okay, that's why they.
Pretty much the only thing they were missing was a yellow brick road.
They probably had something to reflect that.
Probably.
Or I got some more stuff for you, and we'll talk about it as we go on. But somebody broke it down. I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, screw, I didn't notice that either. But, so basically, I guess he was going to pick up a stash of money that he hid in Kansas in a store in Kansas. Well, I don't know why they don't explain that. I think they made this stuff just so they can be in Kansas because they knew this was tied to it. But it didn't make sense. Why would you leave that there? You know what I'm saying? Why would you keep that with you close?
And didn't even check up on it at any time.
It was in another state. I'm not gonna leave that there.
I even if it is Kansas City, Missouri, even if it is,
it was Kansas City, Kansas.
I'm saying.
Where it was Liberal, Kansas. That's where he went to.
It doesn't even matter. Like you left your money someplace and didn't even check on it.
In another state, you left it in Liberal, Kansas.
Imagine leaving your money under a mattress in a hotel and never checking.
You can't, because there they didn't have, no technology to do that, and so all he could do was call and say, "Hey, you still there?" or whatever.
I'm just saying, every now and again, it's like, "Hey, I gotta go check on something." Maybe go move it around a little bit.
Well, I guess he feel like he buried it. He put it behind a wall, so it's
maybe
still
leave
be
it
good.
Around somebody you can trust or something. I don't
That
know.
too, but apparently, I guess he used to know the owner and hid it there, and the owner ended up selling it, or they end up.
Well, the owner died, and her son
they end up
sold
dying.
it.
The son sold it, whatever, and he was like, "Whoa, it used to be a wall here." Yeah, we remodeled.
In that exact moment, you could see the realization on both parts, we gonna have to get into something.
Right. So, like I said, Rai went to get this money, so I guess they can disappear or whatever. So they go to this hotel, and that's kind of like you meet all these characters, and these characters don't mean too much because I'm thinking they supposed to represent all the characters in the Wizard of Oz story. I'm not sure.
I can see it.
But they got these characters in this hotel. So first off, they get there, and they got two owners. And somebody said that supposed to means
The Wicked Witches of the East and West.
Right, two old ladies. They kind of funny because they were just so old, and they had some like they had some kind of system on where they put people, and they ask you, you Old Testament, New Testament, you South or West or East or West, and by the way you answer the questions, that's where they put you at the hotel.
Like, you're gonna have some problems if we put you over on this side, so we're gonna put you on that side.
Yeah. And then they got a running theme where of course, this is the 50s, where they don't like color folks here. They made it real clear that town was very racist.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can understand that, but it's just a 10-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's one 10-year-old boy, and they just make all this fuss.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this, it's bad.
I mean, at one stage, there's an officer talking to the kid, and he's ready to pull his gun
out.
He was ready to draw on a 10-year-old.
Now I'm looking like, oh man, come on. So Robert Milliken, they go stay at his hotel, and he's going to get this money. And like we said, the money is gone because the whole building been remodeled, and where he hid the money is no longer there.
Right.
That right there would have told me I need to question, or I need to, I guess he wasn't sure. I guess it was maybe smart what he did, where they might not tell you if they took the money right there. So kind of come back and kind of see what they do, kind of watch them. I don't know if he did that, but, he came back on them and saw that they actually took the money and spent most of it on the remodel.
Like, the look on his face, he reaches in for his money, he pulls out one stack, he's like, now there was $5,000 in there.
Yeah.
Well, what were we supposed to do?
He told him what's left of it. I was like, and I'm thinking like, dude, if I was the guy who found the money, that's my shit. I'm not going to be like, ooh, somebody going to come back for it.
One of the things they said, I wouldn't have said it to the dude with the gun.
Yeah.
But, look, we bought the building and everything in it.
And I found a bag of money. I'm not going to just not spend it.
Like, who in their right mind?
Right.
It's
been a while.
It's been a while. Ain't nobody come asking. The lady died. Her son sold it. Ain't nobody come around asking, hey, look, I left some property here.
Yeah.
Nah. So guess what? It's ours now.
Right. Like I said, it's been a while, and they remodeled. It's like, no, you can't get mad at them. I wouldn't even be mad at them. I just took what's left, and I would have just took a little left. Like, yeah, that is mine, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. But I probably would have took everything they had in the register and maybe everything they had in their pockets too. Yeah. Just because of my inconvenience. Yeah. But I can't get mad at them either.
Right. I mean, because like, what else are you gonna do? You ain't getting the rest of your $5,000 back. Like, all you getting is what's left.
And it's not like they know they stole from you. They just spent the money because it was there. Yeah. So you gotta get mad at yourself, not them. But so we get to also what's his name of the character? The guy Cannon got chasing down Calamino.
I can't think.
Basically, his hitter.
Yeah.
And as you saw in the last episode, he's chasing down Calamino. So he stopped at this gas station, and basically the old attendant say, "Hey, anybody? It's the only gas station. Anybody going to Liberal, Kansas, got to stop here."
Right.
So he basically, laying in wait for a trap. Now we saw on the trailer, it's a guy in the trunk, and I guess that's how he knew where he was going.
Right.
And I was like, who the hell is that? I don't remember him. Do you remember him?
Not at all.
Okay. Of course, I had to watch a little breakdown. That was the guy that was working the meatpacking plant when they took over the slaughterhouse. The guy that had that rats hanging up.
Oh God!
Which is it'd be hard to remember him because he never really had too much of a line.
Like, because I thought I recognized him, but I'm like, he ain't nobody.
He works for the fighters, and the thing was he had knew where Calamito was heading or something because he gave him the hardware or something. He was like, I know you gave him his hardware, so tell me where you went or whatever. Right. Why you need to take him, I don't know.
But we did get a great scene there. It's like, as he's talking to the guy at the gas station, are you at all concerned about that ruckus going on in your trunk? Nah. Okay.
Right. You know, you know what a Korean is? Well, the government sent my junior over there to fight him, and I don't even know what the hell that is. But no, they had this scene which it didn't mean nothing, but maybe it meant like a character kind of thing where he offered the old guy who's like, is it cool if I kind of wait here? I guess he was a nice hitman because some people would have just killed him and just waited.
Right.
But he gave a trade-off. He's like, yeah, I see you got to paint this fence. I'll take care of that if you let me just park my car in the back and wait for somebody. I'm like, all right, bet. I mean, I got to sit on my ass while you work. No problem.
Right.
And, okay, I was like, that was cool. But they showed the scene where they paint this fence, and his side looked perfectly stroked, and the guy, the fighter captor, had this sloppy ass side where he just. But then I was thinking maybe that's like something about the characters. But I was thinking, man, I'm doing this under duress. I'm not gonna paint this right.
I mean, like, what are you gonna do? It's like, it's a good thing you asked me. I'm Michelangelo with this.
Yeah. I mean, they made it a note to show how good his side looked, opposed to how shitty his side looked. He was just painting circles on
the guy who's just been driving for a while versus the guy who had to piss in his shoe into the trunk of your car.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it was a lot of stuff that didn't seem like it really meant nothing. They had another scene where Rabbi Milken passed by the dude working on the sign, and he was halfway finished with it, but I guess he was taking a break, and he was like, what did it say? It's like, I don't know, man, shit. They're like, he really didn't want to do his job.
No, but I do kind of feel it was like, look, they pay me to put this up. Once I'm done, that's the end of the money.
Yeah, right. So, he's stretching it out.
Once I'm done, I ain't got no more job.
He's stretching that out. He's like, do the sign, put the sign on, I want to see what it say. He's like, man, all right, you'll see what it say when I'm done. They made like a big deal, like that was going to say something that meant something to the story or whatever, and I felt like, I don't know.
And then even after it got finished,
the future is now. That's what they had to say.
What is that supposed to mean? I don't know. They just paid me to slap it up.
Like it's like they kind of throw you in a little. They try to throw a little philosophy on stuff or whatever, and sometimes it just don't hit.
Yeah.
Or don't land for me where that didn't land. Especially like what I was talking about with Lloyd always giving a lot of monologues and stuff where some of it land and some of it like.
Well, because sometimes they try to put too many words in certain people's mouths.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that guy ain't giving out that lesson. It's not happening. Some of Lloyd's monologues are like, dude, that ain't how you talk.
Right.
That ain't the way. Like, even if that's a lesson you would try to teach, that ain't how you do it. And especially this scene with the guy that was putting up the billboards, like, this man ain't never said this many words together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it ain't so much as that. To me, it's just what after they say it, it don't have that impact on me. Like, oh, that's deep. It just be like, what the hell you talking about?
Because like they treat it like a throwaway line. Well, maybe it's an allegory to the human condition on the. Well, whatever. It should mean something. Die.
The future is now. But no, so. They're at this hotel and they just meet all these characters and they just kind of like, they talk to them and they really leaves nothing to the story because we're not going to see them again. And it was kind of applied some things where I don't know if dude was like a pedophile. The old guy was like, this is my niece. Like the way they did that was like saying that that really wasn't his niece.
Well, like even on both sides of that table was like. So this is so-and-so and his wife. Mother. Okay. Okay. And who's this? This is my niece.
Right, and she looked like niece. Okay, whatever. I'm getting paid.
Right. Like, everyone at this table looks hella sketch.
Yeah. So, I mean, it didn't really lead to nothing because they just some people we met and we kind of, they kind of tell you the story about Goldilocks, which I'm like, what? Okay. I think that's supposed to be like for Satchel saying that he's somewhere he don't belong or whatever. Like I said, they kept on throwing out how colors this, colors that, black people who just don't like that. Where it was okay. So we nearing toward the end of this episode, and I forgot to mention this is dog. They got. So I mean, why Satchel, we tell them don't leave the room. They don't like colors or whatever. He never said that, but that's what they said.
Right.
Rabbi, I could tell you, he don't care about race. It's all about,
Surviving.
He just a soldier. And, he tell them like, don't leave the room. I don't know these people, they're a little sketchy. I got to go take care of some. And, you hear some noise and you don't know what that is. You're like, what the hell? Like, is that somebody in the closet or something? And it's a dog with a collar with a name tag.
Yeah.
So that belongs to someone.
Yeah.
But they never said who it belongs to. And apparently, maybe the last person that stayed in the room left him.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm just glad they didn't name the damn thing Toto.
Oh, God, that's right. The Toto is because they need the dog is because they needed a Toto.
Because I'm pretty
And the red hat was like the red instead of, he had a red hat instead of red slippers.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the dog was the same kind of dog as Toto because I think they were both terriers or something.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like not a Cocker Spaniel. What's them dogs always look like they got a mustache? You know what I'm talking about?
I think that's a Boston Terrier, yeah.
No. They real bushy, but I swear they got a mustache.
I don't know. Anyways.
Cocker Spaniel, maybe? I thought you was a dog guy.
I'm not a breed guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're supposed to know your dogs, though.
I knew my dogs.
All right. Anyway.
Jeez, man.
Anyway.
I look like a veterinarian.
All right, shut up. So he got this little dog. I mentioned the dog because, Rabbi's like, no, hell no, can't keep that damn dog. He's like, can I keep him? Hell no, boy, what the hell?
He even came back home. Well, you did tell me to stay in the room and not draw any attention, and if we leave the dog in the room, it's gonna make noise.
You're like, yeah, all right, touche, leave him, keep him. But this
fine, you smart ass motherfucker.
Basically when he was saying like when we leave, that dog got to stay. We ain't got another mouth to feed, And Satchel like, I just wanted one thing for my birthday. Some people was wondering like, was he just making that up or was it really his birthday?
I think he's making it up, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. I mean, honestly,
he looked like he picked up the game.
He been treated like shit. Come on, let him get something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's like the boy that been treated like crap the whole season. They almost killed him for no reason. Let him get something. Let him get the dog.
Eating nothing but peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah. So, Rabbi want to be nice and say, let me go do something and get a boy something for his birthday. I'm gonna give him like a little cake or something. And they was like, the sisters don't like sweets.
Right.
So, oh God, the damn sisters.
Man.
So it's a gas station a couple miles up yonder or whatever. You know how they talk. Anyway, so when he go to the gas station, we already know where this leading to because we got, I can't remember his name, the cannon soldier there waiting, and then they actually show Calamito pulls up, pulls up, and then they got this kind of I don't like how they didn't show how that whole thing ended.
Yeah, because my thing was I would have liked to see their altercation. But
because
we're following Rabbi, he comes in during
and that's the thing. How the hell did Calamito even get? He had to drop on him. Yeah. How did he turn that situation around?
I do not.
Well,
know.
because when we see him, he's waiting in ambush for Calamito, and the guy try to warn him. He shoot him before he can, and then they cut, right there. And next thing you know, they come back, and when Rabbi come back to the gas station, he on the ground shot, and Calamito standing over him, I guess talking shit. He shot the attendant for no reason. And by the way, the attendant had striped socks on like the Wiki Witch.
Okay, I missed that one.
Well, it was in black and white. You probably didn't see it, but I saw a little breakdown. I'm like, oh, they all going all the way Wizard-wise with it. But, he got the drop on him. I'm like, how did he turn this situation around? Would he draw them out or something? Whatever. Anyway.
I guess maybe he caught a glimpse riding in when Homeboy was moving the body.
Whatever.
Maybe.
But it did show me. And you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I don't see how. Show me that.
Right.
So unless that dude ain't as competent as he made himself out to be, because I thought he was probably somebody from the military that was real good at killing or whatever. That's the impression I got. So out of nowhere, they have him and Rabbi have a shootout, and it looks like Rabbi about to get it, and then a tornado just came and swooped everybody.
Little divine intervention,
which do leads to something that was actually foreshadowed, because what's name did say that everybody think they got everything under control, and that's why Lord made tornadoes.
yeah. I did think about that. I'm like, you know what? He really made a good point.
Yeah, and it's foreshadowed this, but I'm looking like, okay. I was like, what an ending, but
right.
okay. I mean,
it feels it feels cheap to me. Like,
you think so?
As far as like, how do we resolve this conflict? Tornado hits, everyone dies. You know,
yeah.
It's like, I played D&D games where my party got on the nerves of our DM so much. He's like, you know what? Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Yeah, and if you didn't notice at the beginning, they had a newspaper clipping saying that 5 people died in a tornado of gunshot wounds.
Yeah,
which you have to see it real close to see that. Well, I didn't see it at first, but I'm like, oh, okay. So that's they was like they died of gunshot wounds and in a tornado, so we don't know what happened. But yeah, I mean that was kind of a nice little thing they did, but it still didn't help me with the story. I'm like, damn.
Right.
So, and as you know, Rabbi always tells Satchel, if I don't come back, I'm either dead or in jail. And you know what I was thought about that? Why don't he give no further instructions? Like, there's nothing else you can do.
Especially at this point where it's not like, well, look, you're going to have to go find your peoples because this is going bad.
Some kind of plan for, if I don't come back, this is what you do. He just say, if I don't come back, I'm dead or in jail. That's that. Like, you on your own or whatever, you know. At least give him some instructions. He's only like 10, you know.
Like, he could at least tell him, all right, look, be on the lookout for this kind of people. These kind of people can help you out. These kind of people are always going to try to take your stuff.
Yeah.
Sleep with one eye open.
Right.
Don't flash your cat. Stuff like that.
Right.
But he didn't get, look, if I don't come back, I'm either dead or in jail.
Yeah, you on your own, kid.
You good, right?
Yeah. So anyway, I just kind of tripped off. He's like, okay, at least give him some instructions, but he did. But whatever. That leads to when Satchel wake up and he ain't came back. He just, okay, well, it finally happened, you know.
Yeah.
And which I'm just like, I kind of feel bad for him because I'm like, you know, I'm hope he left that money there because he came back and leave. And now Satchel got a gun. Now I was like, where you get that gun from? A lot of people was like, oh, you got to watch. That's the gun he got from
the dude that was supposed to kill him.
Yeah, he had a look. Well, not supposed to kill him. The dude from the store, he had a gun, so he took his gun from the guy that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he took his gun, and that was his gun. And then I'm guessing he left the money too. They didn't show Satchel like put the money in his bag or something, but I'm guessing. I hope they didn't leave the little homie without no money and nothing. At least give him some money, you know.
All he's got is a dog and 6 bullets.
He got his gun, a dog, and a knife, and some money. And a little 10-year-old black boy is walking by himself in a super racist town.
Like, first off, in Kansas in general.
Yeah.
Like, who?
That's why I was like, okay, I'm thinking he's gonna be Mike Milligan maybe in future, but I don't know where he's gonna end up. They did show on the trailer for the next episode they're gonna show him again, and he's gonna point that gun at somebody.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's gonna rob him or whatever. Some people saying like he gonna start like turn into like a little criminal or something, or basically just be like, I gotta look out for myself. Anybody mess with me, they're gonna get this gun.
I mean,
that's gonna
every
be the
blueprint he has on how to operate in this world is through crime.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we'll see what's gonna happen with Little Satchel in the next episode. The way they left him, I really don't like seeing a 10-year-old by himself in a racist town. But this Fargo, and they got their ways of making things look like it's gonna be a certain way and then turn it into another way.
This is true.
I give it that. That's kind of how the episode ended. I got the feeling I'm forgetting something. Something happened. Did something happen? Another character? I was going to say something. I can't recall. But I'll just know the next week it looked like it's what I wanted to see. Oh, yeah. You know what? That was about next week. It was just I was just saying after Rita, she showed out.
Yeah,
you saw the trailer for the next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I can't wait for. Because that one looks way more interesting. That's where
this
everybody want to see.
This episode is filler. Like,
Yeah,
the only
it
reason
was.
I'm not giving this episode a whack is because I know it's just filler.
But and also it was a filler for two major characters where
Right.
we wanted to know where they ended up, but where they ended up was like wah wah. But it was cool though. It was cool. So that was your episode of Fargo, episode 9. It's gonna be 2 more. It was only gonna be 10. They said they had a lot of material, so they made an extra episode. That's why it's an uneven 11.
Huh.
And this might have been the extra episode.
Maybe so.
So that might have been that. They was probably thinking about leaving this out, or they probably was going to just take pieces of this and throw this in the episode. They was like, well, we got enough to make a whole episode.
It was going to be a flashback sequence, but they said, why don't we just make an episode?
Yeah, probably. But so that is our review for Fargo episode 9. It was not the best episode, but it wasn't. Well, it was the worst because the rest of it I loved. This was like, but we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna wrap up. But that's the end of our Fargo discussion.